All right, let's see. I'm about to share my screen.
Right, there was a link. Ashley.
All right. Well. Okay. All right, so this right here is the majority of these, and I will let you know which ones are considered preferred and not. If you want to write these down or take a screenshot, this will help you. So there's going to be more than this, and I'll go over ways to find other places that will allow you to book some different options. But these are the ones that I have personally looked into, not necessarily booked with all of them. But these are the ones that I know are preferred partners. And let me say, when I say that something is a preferred partner, that means that it's basically got the stamp of approval from IntelliTravel. So that also means, say you have an issue, you know, with the vendor or going back and forth between IntelliTravel and them, they're not preferred by them. So that means that IntelliTravel will have you contact and go in between the two because, you know, so it just, the process might be a little slower if that makes sense. So, all right. So the first one I have is Expedia Tap. I'm sure all of you are very familiar with that one. Because yes, you can do hotel stays, all inclusive, rentals, rental cars, and all of that. And then the way that the commission works on there is once you go in and you can actually go in and, you know, filter through the different options of if you want a cabin, vacation rentals, vacation home. That's the ones that are going to pull up these Airbnb type deals. So every single option on there, and I'm sure most of you have seen, if not, once you go in, they actually have their own training in the website. It makes it very easy to understand. But it starts at 5% commission, goes up to 13%. I will say that you're not going to make a huge commission on vacation home rentals, condos. That's just because they're individually owned by owners. So it'd be like me going to Expedia or Stay Haven and saying, hey, I own this condo or I own this cabin. Can you help me lease it out? So, you know, the chances of an individual person paying a lot of commission to a company who's also going to share that commission with you, you know, that's kind of what you're looking at. So that's kind of the reason why, you know, it's not humongous commissions. So Stay Haven, it's also listed as HVN for Haven. That is an awesome one. You actually can set your commission up to 20%. So once you go in, you can find the different, you know, what you pick, what you want. There's actually a little bar in there you can go and you can slot it up to pick what your commission will be on there. So that's a good one. That's a preferred partner as well. So to register for that one, you'll want to go in the back office and it'll tell you exactly how to register with them because you want to make sure you go through that link because when they flag you with IntelliTravel, that's how you're going to make your commission. Plus a lot of these will have their own link through IntelliTravel that allows you to have a little bit more commission on that as well. So the next one is Rental Escapes. That's another preferred partner. They pay 10%. And honestly, that's a really good commission for like a cabin or beach house and all. So that's really good. The Villas of Distinction, they pay 11%. Top Villas is 10%. Red Awning is 10. Okay, so Vacasa, it's 8%. It's not a lot of commission, honestly, but they do have a lot of options. So if I see that it's going to save me a sale and this is what they're wanting, of course, I'm going to book it for the client. But just keep that in mind. They also take longer to get to pay your commission. Then again, you know, I've never had a situation where I've not been paid, but it's not preferred. So there's been times that I've had to contact Vacasa and get the check number and ask if it's been paid. If they said yes, I just ask them for the check number, and I sent that proof through a ticket to IntelliTravel to get paid. So basically, when I use a partner that's not preferred, I'm kind of doing that knowing that it's something that my client really wants. I obviously don't want to lose a sale, but I know if it takes a little longer to get paid, I'm okay with it. But I go into it knowing that. So Owl Blue, that's one I just found, and it's really neat. It's a lot of Florida has a lot of options in Florida. I saw a lot of in Orlando, and all that. So it's 5 to 10%. So these next two right here, these are not preferred, but I was having trouble finding a certain condo on the beach for somebody. It was a very large group. And I just know anytime I'm in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, I see Brett Robinson everywhere. So I thought I would call them, and they actually pay very well, 14 to 18%. And they said all we have to do is call them and book, and then you'll just give them the IATA number. Of course, always make sure that you were given the make sure they know you're a travel agent. And then they'll ask for your IATA number, whatever proof that they need. And you kind of go from there with it. Young's Suncoast, that's another company that before I was a travel agent, I booked several beach houses through them. So I thought I would call, and it was the same thing as Brett Robinson. And it's a 10% commission on that. Did everybody get a screenshot of this? I can also just post this in Impact Travel. I'm going to, let me see here. All right. I'm going to open up the chat. I know that was not going into huge details. I don't really want to go into how to work every individual vendor, because we have many more agent check-ins that we can do that for. I just know that we get that question a lot. There's even more, honestly. If you go to IntelliTravel, the private departure lounge with all of the travel agents in it, if you will use that as a like a Google search. Tidmore, are you raising your hand on purpose?
Yes.
Okay, you didn't have to raise your hand. You could have just told.
Okay. So I haven't booked with Brett Robinson in a few years, and it was only 6%. So they offer 15. Is that what you said now?
It was 14 to, yeah, and they said it depended too on how many units. So they have like a breakdown of if it's just one unit, it's this much, but then it went all the way up to 20 units. And I'm assuming they're referring to like a condo complex, because I have seen to where you can rent out a complex for like a group event. And I'm assuming that's what they mean by that.
Okay, good deal.
No. Lindsay, I'm gonna read you some questions.
Okay.
You ready?
When
booking with Expedia, it gives you the option of paying Expedia or the owner. What's the best way to do that?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the right answer.
Why, did you know that it gives you the option?
No, but I know what she's talking about, because it does. I've been confused by that as well. And I will say, guys, for all of y'all that have joined within like the last like 6 months or so, Expedia did not always allow travel agents to book with them. Like their portal is very new. So it's really new to all of us. And that's also why too, like, I feel like some of the kinks they're working out and stuff. But yeah, I do know what she's talking about. Has anybody booked before and figure that out? Because that is something that I was wondering too. I really don't know that there is I mean, I'm sure there's a difference, but I figured that I assumed that all payments went through Expedia and then went to them. Sorry, y'all. It's on my children. So.
I mean, I've never did that, but I would think that to be in compliance, you would have to book with Expedia.
Yeah.
But I would say
I would say just strictly book with Expedia because they are preferred partners. And then that way, if something doesn't go right, Expedia could, I mean, IntelliTravel will go, looking for the commission because they are a preferred partner. Do y'all agree on that?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. And then Lindsay said, talking about what is that? Please know to remember that
Oh
the
yeah, I
vendor
was
has up until 60 days to pay you. Yes, y'all remember that because that is a big deal, especially with Expedia Tap. I will tell you, I'm still going through getting some answers on that. So, but it takes 60 days on that. Hannah Presley wants to know on those last two that you have on the list, Lindsay, do
Mhm.
they actually have a website?
Yes. So yeah, you can. That's actually what I normally do. So I'll just Google like Brett Robinson and Young Suncoast. It's not a portal for us though, so I just look on it like I would if I wasn't a travel agent. And then I call them and go from there to do everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Levi said, I booked a flight for a client the other day through IntelliTravel Engine. I received the reservation details in my email, but I have not got the ticket. I emailed them with no response, and the client is asking for it. Are you talking about the flight ticket? Because if that's the case, you should have a confirmation number, and depending on if it's like with Delta or American Airlines or whatever it is, you can go straight to their site, put in that confirmation number with the last name. And once you do that, it will pull up everything that you need in order to access your flight information. You don't actually get a ticket until right before check-in, and you can do online check-in. So is that what you're talking about, Levi? Because if that's the case, you just need to supply them with their confirmation number and whoever the flight is with.
Yes, ma'am. I have the reservation number and like when IntelliTravel emails me, but it says ticket is pending, and they said they should receive it within 24 hours.
Okay, you can actually, what is the airline?
It's let me get my email.
You can also add to what someone said if you want. What, Tanya?
I believe it's through Southwest.
Okay, so you can go on southwest.com and you can put in that reservation number and their last name, and it is going to pull up everything that you need right there. And with Southwest, you can actually put the reservation number in, put the last name in, and then up on the top right, I think it is, you can click email, and you can actually email an itinerary right from their website to your client.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Okay, if you have any issues, just contact me.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Anybody else have any questions? Anybody have any questions about what Lindsay went over tonight?
I will
You
say
know,
too that you
go ahead.
can look in the back office. I mean, Lindsay Tipmore, you may have like a reason. I normally don't honestly book in the back office a lot.
I don't either.
And I really don't know the reason why, other than I don't like that. I don't think that, like, I know at least the hotels will not have like the taxes and stuff on there.
Correct. Yeah,
And I don't like that.
I don't either.
So is that the same way for this type of booking in the back office? Does it show everything?
I think that I have actually booked a flight in the back office. It was actually my very first booking 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. So, but I think I remember not receiving something as well. I would use the back office for maybe activities or something, but I'm going to be honest, like everybody, I just do not like booking through the back office at all, myself personally.
Yeah,
I
I
will-
knew that the vacation rentals was also like Stay Haven and their properties were there. So I do use it sometimes to like look at different options, but I didn't actually know if it was the same situation to where there could be some taxes that I didn't know about or fees that I didn't know about or not. So
I will say that, I haven't used the back office much, but y'all, I don't want to discourage anybody from doing that because just here recently, actually I have a know of two of my newer agents that signed up with me. They use it quite often and they love it. They use it. And when you use it in the back office, it automatically is registered into your, you don't have to register it into your bookings. It automatically goes in. So anything booked there automatically goes in for your commissions. You don't have to go in your back office and enter it. And also I've had a client of mine that she actually couldn't decide on what cruise they wanted to go on. And I said, I tell you what, let me send you a link to my web address, which is the back office, whenever they look at all the booking engine. And she actually booked 2 cruises herself straight through that. And it went into, registered booking. And it was really, really easy. And whenever you go into your back office, it'll show you everything that you have pending at the bottom. So I really do feel like that they have updated that a lot. Lily, I think Lily Beth, is that her name? Is it Lily Beth? Is that her? Okay, she said, which does make sense. And I forgot about this, but adding to the vacation villas, the Marriott Vacation Villas, they have a lot of different houses and condos and stuff like that because we actually, one of the times when we went to the Keys, we booked with the Marriott Vacation Villas. So that's another option.
yes, I've not booked with it, but I do remember that now too.
Yeah. What do you tell a client that's wanting to book a senior trip for next year and I'm not finding anything that far out? Should I tell her we will have to wait? What do you mean you're not finding, like, what kind of trip? Are we talking like beach trip or what? Because I mean, beach trip and stuff like that, you should be able to find, just not flights. No, Lorraine, it will not automatically, when you use the back office, it will not automatically upload it to IntelliSpark. Nothing is automatically uploaded to IntelliSpark. IntelliSpark is like your own little home office, so you have to upload everything to that. And have any of you ever looked into Myers Realty for Gulf Shores or Orange Beach? No, Tim, but if you talk to them or would like to call and find out if they would pay commissions to travel agents. And if they give you an answer, if you don't mind letting us know in Impact Travel, that would be awesome. But right here, what do you tell the clients? I need to know about what that senior trip is about. I need to know that. I haven't had anyone book a trip through my website on their own yet. But if they ever do, will I get an email or anything for notification? Yes, you will get an email saying that a trip has been booked in your back office. You will. Let's see. Tim said he will. Lindsay, I'm not meaning to take over your Zoom.
You're not?
Keys, California, or cruise, a port she will have to drive to. It doesn't let me go past February, or if it says the ones I want are unavailable and I'm thinking it because it's over a year out. That could be.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, that could be. And sometimes it just depends on what it is. I was thinking more beach houses but yeah, you just have to tell her that she'd have to check back with you in a couple of months because the calendars have not been opened that far in advance. I just booked through back office for an upcoming trip to Italy, and it's American Airline. Yep. Vacations and very easy to do and competitive prices. Yes, I've been told that. Now I do. And a matter of fact, I had another one of our girls that booked her own cruise through the back office today. So yeah.
I'll tell you what I've been doing too, is I've been getting some requests of something like, very last minute or, "Hey, next weekend, I need to go to the beach for 2 nights. Do you have anything?" You know, little stuff like that that I know it's, not like a huge trip or whatever. I've been sending them my website and letting them look that way. But it's been helping me with my, like, time. That's not something that would take me a little bit to actually research all the different. It's not like just going to Vax or Delta, where I could just email stuff. So that has actually helped me with small weekend trips like that I really don't have a lot of time to sit down for a long time to do.
That helped me. Y'all, I'm telling you, it was it's a time saver. If you have someone saying, "Hey, I want to go on a cruise. What all cruises do you have in October?" And I can go out of any of the ports in Florida or Mobile or New Orleans. Send them your link and say, "Hey, if you click on this, it's going to show you every cruise going out during your time." And what I told that girl was, you look at it, see what you want, and then I'll book it for you. But that way you have all your choices out there. She ended up going with a cruise line that she never even knew of because she saw all the options and it was a perfect itinerary for her. So just remember that instead of having to pull up all those different cruises and send it out. Let's see who else has got questions. If booking a cruise with connecting rooms, I understand you have to book them and go CCL individually, correct? If 2 rooms are showing available, how fast do you have to, hang on, how fast do you have to worry about turning around and booking the other room? Or is that not booking? Well, first off, if I were you and you were booking connecting rooms, I would not go on, just my personal opinion, and I book a lot on GoCCL, but if it's connecting rooms, I'm not going to do it on the online. I'm going to call them and I'm going to book it over the phone and go ahead and book those connecting rooms right then, because all rooms are not connecting rooms. So you could pick 2 of them right beside each other and they may not have the connection in the middle. All rooms are not connecting rooms. So if you need a connected room, the best thing for you to do when it comes to GoCCL is to call them. That way you make sure that it's connecting, because you could accidentally book 2 rooms that don't have that open door in between. I finished my princess classes. How long do I have to use the free cruise? Does it ever expire? To my knowledge, it does not. If anybody knows any different, let me know, but I do not think that it expires. But congratulations on finishing that lengthy.
It doesn't expire, but there may be some refresher courses that you have to take to unlock it again, but that's the only thing.
You're welcome. Any more questions out there, y'all? Y'all, I want to tell y'all again. I'm fixing to sneeze right in the middle of this Zoom. Y'all are, I guess everybody's really okay. It's 1 or 2 things. Either nobody's working and booking travel. That can't be the case because we're not signing up and not booking travel and making money. Or everybody is using Impact Travel and searching their questions there, because the chats have been really quiet lately, which I was talking to Lindsay